ladies and gentlemen, we've got ourselves the first finals of the first MetaPlays Halo Wars 2 2v2 Pro League. 200 pounds are on the line, and in the blue color, you've got yourself cars and cameras. In the teal, you've got yourself a Hechi Zero. These guys together are Art of Ruin. That's their team name, and they're playing as Pavium and Yap Yap. And they nearly got an admin disqualification because of insane lateness. So no more of that in this whole series, just saying it now. We've got Scootman in the red color. And we've got his buddy Daylon in the yellow. And they're playing as Yap Yap and Pavium also. Yeah, no more lateness, no more. I'm gonna go away for 20 minutes, yeah. Hechi used up his 5th life, and if he's a cat, then I guess he's got some more, but good luck with that. Anyways, pretty standard build orders here. Scoot going with that generator third as far as I can tell. Daylon going for the quick generators for that sweet burnout. He's Pavium, right? Yeah. Mini base is coming up on the side. And Kars is gonna be looking to clear it out. He's got a bit of crisscross mini base captures here. And Hechi is getting his own second extractor. I'm just happy we're going. I'm just happy we're gonna do the full series here. I was really worried these guys are just not gonna show. Second extractor coming up for Scoot. A very economic opener. And they're just gonna start taking power nodes while Team Blue is not doing that. Could be a pretty big difference in the economy long term. Already a turret coming up for Hechi. He's also expanding. Just really pumping those cannon fodders, isn't he? Not much else happening from him. Cars and cameras. There's a bunch more grunts. He's working on this mini. Brutes will be taking that out, of course, as expected. Suicide Grunt and Brutes getting made from Daylon. He's got his all front 4 buildings upgraded. Burnout, shrapnel mines, the usual. So in case there is gonna be some kind of chopper aggression, he can hold it very easily with mines, but that's not what it's looking like. Kars is very infantry focused himself. I'm just wondering, does he have mines? Well, we're about to have the big fight here. Doesn't look like he does. In fact, his unit's kind of getting picked off by the mass grunts here. Has to watch out for his own mini base now that he's just retaken. And Daylon's doing the pragmatic move of getting some turrets. Needs that. There's not that much aggression coming his way, so just 2 turrets should be able to keep him comfortable back home. Hechi going nuts here with the extra expansion. That's never gonna happen, but it slows down Scoot a little bit, so might be well worth it actually. We'll see exactly what the idea is. But yeah, in these Yap Yap mirrors, you really gotta make sure to not shoot cannon fodder. Shoot the actual good units. Anyway, Scoot's coming up with a bunch of Grunt Riders, so Hechi's base is definitely not gonna last very long. But as long as he trains enough stuff and upgrades his base over here, he should be able to hold that, right? Although he's basically full population now. We've got Daylon potentially losing this base in the long run if this continues like that, but Bruce jumping in. I think he should be fine. We've got a little bit of a counter attack here. Actually, with the mass mines taking out Kars' extra extractor there and forcing a heal that didn't really do that much in the end. So yeah, Kars has got to be quite annoyed right now. But he's got a ranger, he's got a suicide grunt. I think he's holding the mini base, that's for sure. But in the end, Daylon managed to hold this as well. He's once again doing a burnout, not getting an additional extractor, funnily enough, but just getting a raid camp and foundry combo. And pumping some more grunts up. But meanwhile, Team Blue has taken the majority of the power nodes, which is pretty good stuff for them. Pushing Scoot back just a little bit. And he's still not able to get his own base up and running, because Hedgie just stole it again. But he's so hard stuck in tier 1. I don't know about this. This isn't looking good. Okay, maybe now Scoot can build. It would be about time. Some nice shots of EMP taking out that quad wagon. I would also stun the grunts and damage them, so I'm not quite sure they'll make it against these dropped-in turrets. Especially as Scoot comes back to deal with the situation. Daylon's now expanding as well. Cars is expanding, but he's had to rebuild so much stuff here. So Marauders and Rangers are probably going to be the play for him. Infantry upgrade for now. Could just make a few extra grunts, but he's still facing brutes and elites, so not the easiest thing to pull off if you're making grunts. But he already has a bunch of Rangers anyway. Maybe with some good focus fire he can get an advantage there, but it doesn't look like he can. No, his own are getting sniped, in fact. Okay, these guys aren't sniping anything right now. There we go. Finally shooting the elites. Man, I think it's such a critical error to not have shields on the elites. It's so non-Halo. I don't know. Weird stuff. Always bothered me. Always. Well, Yap Yap versus Yap Yap, it's kind of chaotic. Scoot will probably have to go back there to defend, but he'd rather attack, it seems. Look, he's got the grunt goblins. They'll be able to heal up all these grunts if necessary. They're pretty weak at the moment, but it's not like Hedgie can realistically do anything about it. He's got a beam, I guess. They're largely just going to destroy each other here. Both are going to lose their bases, I think. Hedgie's base is already down to like 75% health and dropping. Cars has got the outer area of the map under control, but he definitely can't attack Daylon directly. But he's doing just a little bit better, I would say. Anyways, like I said, Hedgie just can't defend this. There's no way. Now with Starstorm Launcher done as well, these gobbles are just adding a lot more to the fight. At least there's a shield back home for Scoot that will buy him a little bit of time, but if he wants to go all the way home, I don't think that's gonna work. Not very well anyway. So he is gonna do that, but I wonder if he should have counterattacked instead. Oh, the gambling was wrong? Sorry. Let's redo it. It will be a short one, okay? Just 2 minutes, go. We fix it. Anyway, we've got a Lich coming in from Cars. But with the please don't shoot me from Scoot, he's gonna buy himself some time. Got a lot of heavy grunts here, so I'm not sure that Lich will last very long, to be honest. There's also some Marauders here from Daylon helping out. But there's gonna be a nice rain of fire on all those grunts. It's just that the shield is gonna absorb the majority of that. That's looking pretty good for now. Good job by Scoot. If if he can get in a heal on top of everything, then even better. Kars is now bringing in his elites, so that's gonna absolutely delete these heavy grunts. They really don't stand a chance against that, but hey, Hachi is mostly reset. He's basically gone. At least his army is. And we've got the drop on the far side of the map. Another Lich. No grunts getting dropped in, though those are Hachis. This is for defense. He almost always wants to attack with them, but this time he's got some EMPs for himself. Scoot's attacking as well, trying to support Daylon. But unless we see something getting made by Daylon from that portal, I guess nothing's gonna happen in the end. And Scoot defends back home as well. He's got his base back up and running. Hachi's working on it. There's a fight in the middle of the map as well. The Lich seems to be picking off some additional units, but nothing too crazy is going to happen to the base there. And Daylon is kind of holding on against Kars as well. Now the Pavium is out especially. That's just not a fight you want to take. If they together now attack Kars, that could be quite problematic for them. Pavium is coming out for Kars as well. Hachi could join in. His army isn't quite as massive as Scoot's though, so you know, there's definitely some spooky parts there. Third hero seems to be out, but currently idling back home. Generator getting remade, engineers getting added. Scoot's doing good, but has about the same population as Hachi. Hachi once again with the counter attack though. He's trying to take down that base that just got built. Scoot's relatively close. He could just fly over the engineers or something. Happy with the counter attack, I suppose. That one gobble would make a big difference. For now, he will just cast his little turrets. It's something. It will help. And Team Red's doing pretty well, guys. I think this is a very fine position to be in. Lots of Marauders here for Kars, though. Interesting. Wouldn't have expected it. Ah, Daylon's coming to repair Scoot's space. So that's not gonna go down. And this is a massive attack, actually. Huge success. Clearing out the entirety of Hachi's army again is a pretty big play. Because you see, he lost his base, so if Scoot doesn't end up losing it himself, then Team Red is just at a huge advantage. Got a nerf beam there. Wrecked. Doesn't look like Scoot will quite get out of this, but please don't shoot me. We'll buy him some time. Maybe enough for another hustle, and then he can perhaps sprint out of it. Probably not. He's kind of caught in the middle. Oh, okay. With this it will work. That's a nice stun right there. Gobbo's more or less managing to run out. Mostly less. This one might get shields up. No, it won't. No, it can't. Maybe the engineers will save it. Who knows? Those engineer bubbles and the heal rate is pretty wild. We got the counter-offensive though with the Marauders on Kars' minis. And Hachi has a big drop. That's the level 3 drop actually on Daylon's back minis. And if he can clear all those up, that's a pretty big deal. Whoa! Not allowed to make the shield. Scoot isn't. His combined attack looking pretty damn good right now. I think Team Red should be able to hold. Maybe not, though, with that rain of fire just absolutely cleaving through the entire army. Holy cow. But they've got one as well. And this time around, Team Blue is getting nerfed. They can't leave it. The entirety of all that is going down. Attacking the main now. There's some generators to destroy there. But that's not enough. Unit actually pulled away half the stuff, which is unfortunate there. And the Marauders are now attacking the main, but I don't think this is going to work out quite that well. They'll probably just recombine here with the main army and keep Hetchy on one base if possible. Scoot can work away on the mini bases. So he's losing one himself, actually. Oh, there's a Lich against the Lich. Carson Cameras on the offense, though. That's usually a better play. I just don't think the Locust is the move because it gets absolutely wrecked by the Lich fire very, very quickly. Looks like Scoot and Talon are not both tier 3, only Scoot is. But Hetchy and Cars are tier 3. That's interesting. Base took a little bit of a hit, but nothing too crazy. It's just, you know, Team Red is already kind of in a good position and looks like they'll be able to destroy this Hetchy base again. A Pavium could be killed there. That was easy. Overwhelming force here, and all they gotta do is just head to Hetchy's main, buy this base, and hold on to be alive back home. Dalon has his shield back up on his own base. As long as he just produces some units, he'll be fine. Cars has quite the Wraith army here, so that will have to come over to try and save the day in Hetchy's base. Can he do it? It's gonna be extremely close either way. There are a bunch of hunters in this. Certainly not nothing here. But Cars is going on the offense instead, hoping that he can clear out Dalon's bases back home. Well, Lich is gone, and there are some Locusts here. There is a shot of a base trade working out, actually. This could happen. But no, Cars is leaving. He's hesitant. Could be a huge issue. Beam gets countered by Grunto. Nicely done by Scoot. That's exactly how this should be. Now they're just shooting that shield generator dead real quick. Take out the War Council and then just focus down the main, I'd say. Hetchy has some resources, but I mean, this is gonna be difficult. Double shield generator on Dalon's base. Wow. Ultramines and Beam. Oh my god. They're not moving. The Ultramines. Oh. The entire Wraith army of Cars is evaporated. Oh my goodness. They couldn't see the mines. That was crazy. Hetchy's main is down, ladies and gents. I think skill issue has been detected. He's got no more. The counter-offensive is on, but Scoot is buying time with please don't shoot me. As Dalon is hoping for that shield to come back up, which probably won't happen, to be fair. But at least he's buying time. He has the other base. Situation's not that bad. He should probably get another generator up and running there. I'm not super positive he can hold this. Although those are just basic Locusts with methane. No vehicle upgrades on that stuff. And there's a heal up and running. So it's not the end of the world just yet. There's engineers coming through as well. Might be possible to keep this up and running, but it's going to be super close. Ooh, Rain of Fire actually a super good cast, and Hetchy is not responding to it. He's moving now, but there wasn't a... Oh my god, the Locusts are dead. Okay, that's it. There's no way you're destroying this now. Not with everybody coming back home to save the base. It's very, very little building damage at this point, and Hetchy will just be eliminated. His entire army is gone, and Kars resigns. GG. Skill issue detected. Wins. That was great. That was such a good game. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gents, cards and cameras in the blue color, Hetchy in the teal. They're Art of Ruin and they're playing as Anders and Arbiter. Tried and true, just like the last time they did it. We've got Daylon in the yellow and Scoot in the red. They are skill issue detected. And they're already ahead in this, but they're doing the same thing. What is it with the mirror matchups? That is just wild. Back mini gets actually stolen there by Daylon. We're not seeing any crazy build orders or anything. Hedgie actually extremely late with his buildings. He's like one building behind. That is not good. Why is he one building behind? He doesn't even have a mini. What? Okay, he better get the minis now. Or just a second extractor right away. At least he has a power node up and running. And is taking at least some of the power from the map. Daylon's just playing standard because I think he wants to go scouts. Being Arbiter here, it makes a lot of sense to do that. And the UNSC just goes Marines. With a little bit of sniper support. Oh, dude. How is it that Hetchy only has one mini? Freaking Daylon gets 3 of them. Well, Kars is double genning up. No power node capture just yet. Scoot's getting a hero. No double gen from him. Just a lot of Marines. You could potentially go over to the other power nodes, but right now he's checking for a second base. He might actually pressure the main with them, which is kind of wild, but seems to be the play he's going for. I think he wants his power node stolen or something. Good use of those mines. Got a lot of the Marines there. Really good use. But the Spartans out, so that's the end of the Age of Grunts. Just not enough of them, not even close. It's good with the second extractor now, or generator rather. And Daylon is working on massing ghosts. Doesn't quite have power for the ghost shielding upgrade, but he's making great progress. Oh wait, he already has it. Thought they didn't have it. That's awesome. Then second generator coming up. And that should look like 4 power nodes soon for Team Red. Mine's getting dropped. The ghosts are kind of running over it, but those were the weak detonations. They weren't fully armed yet. Oh, huge Spartan slam die by Scoot. Very well done. Kars is in serious trouble here. He's using the grenades, but they all miss. Oh, boy. Good micro as well from Daylon, just swerving out of the way of those. But there's now the Hetchy ghosts coming in. Why don't they have shielding, man? What is this weird nonsense build? Only now getting shields. I was getting lucky he didn't get slammed, actually. At least they have it now. Still pumping, nearly ready for that tier 2. Boots in tier 2. Daylon's heading there. Hedgie's stolen a base, because why not? Absolute chaos, this man. It might work. It usually doesn't. We've got cars heading to tier 2 and Hedgie just pumping. I think you just upgrade every harvester and call it today. Who needs tier 2? Spartan is quite the anchor to this army. Has to be respected by those blue ghosts. Huge opportunity here for a slam, but didn't take it. Oh, wait. The one now was okay, but they were stasised. So that didn't quite work out. Drop turret, however, will absolutely wreck the ghosts. They cannot stay there. Oh man, Hedgie's fighting it. Very lucky though with the Spartan getting targeted there in the garrison. That Spartan can take it. Okay, Hedgie I think now heading to tier 2 finally. There we go, but his stolen base is almost certainly toast. He can't just go mass Banshee against these guys. They'll spot his base right away and they'll go and destroy it. Scoot's already getting hogs out. He's got the base of his own that's upgraded. Which is also protected by a Spartan. And sure, Daylon is losing the mini finally, but it's no problem. Wait, it will need a little bit more than 2 Warthogs to destroy his base. Okay, there's an Enforcer. Maybe the 3 of them can do it, but I kind of don't like Daylon leaving that spot. With the Ghost, that would have been so easy to destroy. And then he gets his own base. I think he should have gone for that. Instead, they're chasing a single hog. Not a fan. Cars on the 3rd generator now. So just pumping more garages. Or is he? Yeah, he's got a 2nd garage. Hopefully a 3rd one soon. Decent plasma bullet. Looks like Hedgie might be holding this for now. Really weird game from Hedgie, but he's surviving. Just, I think the surviving is over now. Not allowed to make the Arbiter. Scoot won't let him. There's plenty of Enforcers this time to destroy the base. There's a counter Enforcer drop, but yeah. Ghosts eat them up pretty good, and there's way more ghosts here than the blue ones. So Hedgie just got wrecked in both spots, and Cars. I don't know what Cars is doing right now. He's not here. He doesn't have stuff himself, so it was just so weird for Hedgie to... Okay, he's doing a bit of a Warthog skirmish. It was so weird for Hedgie to just be out there in Narnia capturing the base when Cars isn't able to support him. Whereas Team Red just did the more solid thing. You know, infantry, ghosts, Spartan, stick together. I think that's kind of what needed to happen. Oh my god! The drop turret stun and the mines. Woo! That game might have just turned completely around with that. That was way, way amazing. Cars can go tier 3 now. Or you can wait for his Sentinel drop. That was absolutely bonkers, man. The Warthogs can also just loop around the back in the meantime and destroy all these mini bases, further pushing forward his leader power progression. He needs that for the Sentinel. He could just do that right now, yeah. That's probably the play. Huge, massive. Still, Hachi's gonna be on the struggle bus here. How does he hold back home? He has Banshees. You could technically just attack directly here. There's enough Reavers. Spin the Reavers a little bit, and that should do the trick. But let's see if Cars can actually turn the game around. He's got the resources for the Retriever, but he needs to lose some hogs. That's why he's splitting them off, I think. He will lose these. And then it's time to go. On the defense? No, on the offense. Wants to take down those extractors while he can. Ah, it's a Retriever war. Sorry, Cars, you can't turn the game around by yourself. Not really. But with the hogs, maybe that's a bit different. Those plasma bolts did very, very little. I'm surprised. Extractor will be taken down there, I think. Almost for sure. There it is. Cars isn't allowed to take a base there, but hey, at least he got his Retriever out of trouble. Team Red staying solid. Didn't even lose a generator, so Dano's got to be very happy with this. Just heal that thing up, maybe. Hachi doing his Banshee business. It's gonna be nice on these minis. So much for Hachi's Banshees. Still doesn't have an Expo, so it's gonna be so difficult for him to come back. He's getting Conduit Incarnate. I do think he should have had this base up and running by now. Although, if there's a counter attack, I think it just gets melted, so I understand why he wouldn't want to invest it. It's all down to Cars, anyways, regardless of what he does. Cars needs to do the damage, and there's anti-air turrets here. The only good news for Cars is that Scoot is in tier 2. If they were Vultures, this will be extra difficult to pull off. Still, it's a Retriever versus Retriever and Reavers. That's difficult. That's very difficult indeed. But hey, Hachi's tier 3. I don't know what he's gonna do with it. I guess he can run around with the Arbiter, but the base is now cloaked. Arbiter's Reprisal is happening, and the RB himself is now running across the map, but yeah, he won't be able to see anything. It's all about this new base. They can deny that. Daylon's being on one base here is also not great news for him, but hey, here's all the Reavers. So if Cars gets any funny ideas of defending this with the Retriever, that's gonna melt very, very quickly. Gotta be careful there. Spartan actually stealing the Wraith is an idea. Could be pretty useful. That's good. Plasma Bolt there, destroying 2 of the Reavers. Arbiter on the other side just realized he can't see anything. If he was home, that would be very helpful right now. Either way, that Spartan's going down. Cars' army is really solid. And with the Arbiter helping, Team Red's no longer looking so good. Actually, if all these go together, right now Team Red doesn't have anything. Daylon especially just 35 pop. If these guys just push, That would be very strong. I think there's no Spartan in this right now, but... Hey, here's the RB. It's something. Scoots lost the retriever. Hetchy's taking back minis. So he's technically got a second base through that, and Team Red knows it. We're going to a game 3 with a 1-1 score. Art of Ruin brings it back. Man, Hetchy made me really nervous in this one. But Cars just got such a sick detonation on that Ghost Army that the early game of Daylon completely fell apart, and he just wasn't able to ever secure a base, really. So this was amazing. Super nice comeback. So, the series is now equal. Cars is blue. Hetchy is teal. And they're playing as Atriox and Johnny. On the other side of the map, we've got Scoot in the red, and we've got Daylon in the yellow. They're playing as Serena and Decimus. I really like that. Not that there's anything wrong with, you know, with the good old trucks. What was Hetchy again? He was Johnny. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Because you can just park bunkers all over the place, get your snipers in there, and basically just absolutely control the middle of the map with that. Difficult for Serena to actually break that. But what you can do is swap into Frost Ravens with a quick second base. Not the easiest thing for Johnson to handle, but Atriox certainly can. If you get a reasonable tier 2 timing with Reavers, that is a very brutal addition there. Remove the sticker on the bottom of my bottle. It's difficult to remove, but I might. Some power node captures starting up. You definitely want Serena to control those, not the banished. Scoot's already taken one. He's gonna take another now. He just needs to send over a Marine here. Otherwise, you don't get the ice area. It does matter who does the capturing. Chosen's coming out. There's going to be some chopper support as well. Cars isn't making too many brutes, though, is he? He does have a raid camp. He is working on it now. It's kind of necessary to do that. Hetchy with the double generator on Frontier. Now, that is very edgy. I don't know if I like it. There's gonna be some snipers. Ooh, alright. We'll see how that goes. Atrox has returned. Yes. Yes, we might see him soon, but he didn't bother signing up for this. I'll have to see him in the next one. Ah, good vortex there. Dude, that bunker is almost dead. Just from the vortex and the little firepower coming through. It was just Marines pew-pewing it. Really nothing crazy. Vortex is amazing. It's an early game power, but it's just incredible. Never ceases to amaze. Great use of the ice cream truck there, by the way. Just weakening those Marines. Now they'll be forced to follow up and get to the ice. Not where they want to be. And we've got a Warlord. Daylon will be upgrading it shortly, I'm sure. Does he have a second gen already? He's probably gonna just wait for that upgrade and then do it. Yeah, that's ready now. Anyways, if he could pull the snipers, that would be huge. So it's very important to split up your snipers so you can't just grab 3 of them at once. You see that reset micro on him? Oh my god. Got the second extractor upgrading soon, hopefully. That's for cars. He needs that tier 2 relatively soon, but we've got a big fight in the middle right now. Hachi is expanding, but let's focus on this. I think there's a huge chance here to stun everybody. The Warlord stun actually does go through despite the ram. The freeze on that bunker. Oh, the mines are not going to detonate. They pre-detonated, which is great news for Team Red. But there's just so much blue stuff here. I'm not sure they can actually punch through. The Chosen is in very, very good health. And I think he's gonna get the kill there on the... yeah, he did. He got the Brute. Now it's time for the ice cream truck to go down as well. Beams coming through. Wait a second, maybe this could work. Ooh, frozen, shattered, dead. Oh my god, Team Red. They're freezing all these units. The snipers can't escape. The ice cream truck. This thing is gonna star up, isn't it? Holy cow, man. Okay, they got in the bunker and the next ram will take it down. But great value overall for Team Red. What a great skirmish that was. Now you have to leave as Team Red because the bunker has snipers in it, so that's that. But still, that was a great engagement. Hachi's second base is maybe a little spooky though, I have to say. Daylon's here too. Scoot's working on it. He's getting a second generator also, but he doesn't have any production. So actually Team Red is in a lot of trouble. They're gonna lose the mini base. And hell, if Team Blue is feeling high morale right now, they might just walk all the way into the main of Scoot. No reason to stop here, but they're gonna stop here. Man, imagine they go here. That gen is toast. Maybe both of them. Scoot's very fortunate that he was left alive like that. Actually getting that third generator upgraded now. That's fantastic economy behind this. And Team Blue has 3 power nodes in the middle. They also got the side one. Obviously this is very difficult to take away, so they're probably not gonna do it for a very long time. Daniel's now getting second base, probably Scoot thinking about it. Yeah, there we go, there we go. Let's see what the next move is. Probably Kodiaks, right? Or just Hogs? Just Hogs. He's not rich enough to get Kodiaks, to be honest. That Warlord is doing some work here on that bunker, but there's so many snipers, I don't think he can do it. Drop turret getting added in. Will freeze the majority of these units. Great news for them. And there's gonna be a vortex on the Chosen. Mine to try to punish. Oh! Warlord walks over it. If a sniper just looks at him the wrong way, he's going down. Oh my god, Daylon walked into it. He's about to lose all his rangers, man. Oh, this is not good. 1-star sniper there. Could just turn around and snipe them all. My goodness. Yeah, great work by Team Blue once again. They've absolutely baited this. I don't think these two brutes can finish this just because of the hog. Hogs, plural now. But Blue has a substantial lead. That's safe to say. Patchy included, of course. In fact, why is he getting 7 slots? He could have gone tier 3. Why is he bothering with 7 slots? Okay, he's Johnny. He's gonna have 5th point soon. Maybe he wants another 2 free generators. It makes sense. It actually makes sense. A ladder after tournament bonus content? Maybe I'll do one. If they go to 7 games, I'm not doing it. I'm hungry. I need to eat something. And we've got a short sponsor segment, so I'm gonna pay for the tournament after all. But if it's not 7 games, I will do 1 bonus match, alright? We'll lose a mini. So some decent rebuild here by Team Red, especially with the hero in, but I mean, you can just see how much less stuff they have. Hetchy is also thinking about the 3rd base at this point, which is just kind of wild. And finally, he's bringing in the Mantis. They have the shield and missile requisition upgrade. The setup is looking pretty good, guys. Slowly but surely, they'll pepper away at this group. Which is why you have to have engineers backing this all up. And eventually add in some shrouds. So Cars is going to have to pivot quite heavily to support units. But he's going tier 3 as well, so expect maybe a little bit of Wraith action from him. I wonder if he just wants to actually swap into Banshees. That one's going down. What? Why did that get EMP just now? What? Why? That did nothing. That did nothing. That was so random. Hetchy, what the hell? No follow-up. And I think he might also lose the base. But if Johnny comes around, then maybe there's hope. Perhaps he can heal it. Actually also has Kodiak, so it's something. But they're not Frost Kodiaks, so it's just worse. Oh my, they're basically now targeted by Kodiaks, and the heal is nowhere near ready on the Johnny. Actually, he's gonna lose the base. It's alright. Johnny gets stunned. There's just a lot of incoming damage overall. Hetchy is still in tier 2 somehow, but actually heading to tier 3, so that's good. What's Cars making? Wraiths, he's got a bunch already. He's not doing that much. Some engineers getting out very slowly. But watch that space, because I think he's gonna upgrade population. Getting Vortex, but he took out the ice cream truck. I accept. Here's their replacement. Oh my god. Tank beats everything. turret also adding in some further support. I wish it had been dropped a little bit deeper into the army because of that frost aura. And we've got Decimus as well as a lot of... Oh my good lord. A lot of hunters. They get beamed, but Decimus has already decimated the army. And it looks like the Chosen will be going down as well. 1 star. That was a 1-star variant. Already experienced there, but he dies the same. Dude, Decimus is having an absolute party here. I'm sure the snipers are targeting these heroes, but they don't care. They're just gonna regenerate it with Boundless Siphon. Probably in absolutely no time at all, we're gonna see Boundless Fury as well. Just a second away for Daylon. There we go. Now they're faster, now they hit harder. As if Decimus needed some help. Hey, the big boys are out. Well, if anything can stop all this, it is the big boys. If you kite with them very nicely, if they're supported by the Johnny, if the leader powers are used just right, I think these guys can do it, but Hedgie needs to be very careful, and he needs Karsus' support, most importantly. They gotta do this together. Okay, good EMP Mac. That's gonna work very nicely with that mine. One Kodiak is about to go down. Oh my god, they get frozen. The beam, oh my god, they all clumped. Where is Mech Overcharge Hedgie? Oh my god, it's all gone. Ah. There's more. But that hurt. That hurt a lot. Jeez Louise. Hello there. Banshee time. No, Colossi aren't very good about that. Johnny about to get frozen here. It would have been shocking if he didn't. Poor cars just can't really add much to the fight. These Kodiaks and the Banshees just too much, man. Good getting that third base up and running. Whoever controls the middle has a good time from here on out. Daylon is getting the upgrade, and yeah, like I said, Cars is just 40 pop, Hedgie 33. These guys are 66 and 89. Would be safe, I think, to leap a little bit forward here as Scoot. And then Daylon already has mobility anyways, so these Banshees can go party if they want to. Of course, getting 7 slots. Oh, you know he needs it. So Decimus hasn't been doing much the whole time. I just realized if he goes around the bases to bonk him a little bit, or gets in the middle of these Reavers, that would be great. With the Hunters. Always a great trade if you can make that happen. But, of course, you have to know about them in the first place. I don't think Cars showed them too much. Anyway, you can just go together with the whole crew. It will be fine. Is Scoot gonna come a bit forward? Nobody wants the business at the moment. Those Maries are getting Getting the chill bombs. Just don't see how you get rid of all this. Oh, missed the cryo bomb there. We've also got the Winter Wonderland drop. No one's really inside other than Johnny. That's gonna be fine for a while. The shatter here is gonna be brutal. But he has another bunker. Maybe he can get out as well, who knows. Nope, can't get out. The vulture switch is getting attempted by Hetchy. He doesn't have a lot of resources, but maybe he can pull this off just barely. There's not a lot of anti-air, but there are banshees. They are kind of anti-air. Nobody wants a full fight right now, but Scoot is just happy shelling away at this. It's okay. Man, that generator is getting old. And she already on a pretty good number of vultures. There might be some opportunity here, but oh, there's the banshees. Maybe some nukes now, real quick. Come on. No? Seriously? They all got dodged. Oh man, Hetchy's buildings are getting wrecked. Oh. Decent Desi beam, but he's very low health right now, trying to run away through all this. Scoot has some anti-air in there, and there's all the banshees. Another Decimus comes through. Oh my god, everyone's frozen. That beam will do even more damage like that if it can shatter them. Okay, the banshees got very much taken down, but I'm not sure how much more those vultures can do. Like, okay, Hetchy got them back, but can he actually make a difference? He's got... Some of them are very hurt. And he just lost his second base. Kars is done. Hetchy is done. Team Red gets themselves the second point. That was a great game as well. Very, very slow push, but they definitely put on some pressure. And there was just not enough stuff here. Ladies and gents, Kars and cameras, blue color. And we've got Hetchy in the teal. Together, they are Art of Ruin and they're playing as Forge and Shipmaster. Really good setup for Vault, I'd say. Two very mobile leaders. Scootman on the other side is in the red, and we've got Daylon in the yellow. And they're playing Forge and Colony. At least not a full mirror matchup, although we have two Forges. Real progress, ladies and gents. Real progress. Lots of resources getting picked up in the middle here by Daylon. He's not really gonna go for pressure plays. Interesting to see a rabbit opener there from Kars. So he's gonna just run across that chopper. That's very unfortunate, especially if Daylon ends up ramming it, which is looking very doable right now. I wonder why he didn't go for it. If he does it now, it's a kill. Oh, that's a kill. What? How did that worm its way out? That's insane. Dude, Kars is so good at this. To be fair, there's like a retargeting thing with choppers that they like to prefer infantry targeting when they move. They don't really save their target, which is very, very annoying. This Garth is a slippery guy. Gets out of any tough situation. We're gonna go for a second generator as he already has triple upgraded supply pads. Oh my god. Getting a mini. And one there. Barracks coming up. I'm not sure when he'll go for the Forge Hog, but for now he'll pressure. We should be seeing some more ghosts from Daylon. Ghosts, I mean choppers and skits. Not ghosts. Skits. There. There's a chopper, but I don't know if he will put it on. Oh my god, he did it. Well, I guess you can heal it later. That's a pretty weak chopper skit. Power node getting taken here by Hatchy, good choice. Hopefully he does at least another one before they end up engaging each other. Nate Fro getting researched by cars. We should be seeing quite a bunch of Marines then, and that's going to be the idea to deal with the choppers, but without the Forge Hog support, this is going to be a tough one to pull off. It's still no Forge Hog to be seen anywhere. I don't even think he made an armory, to be honest. This is very, very high risk. Daylon is handling it very nicely as well. I'm surprised to not see a raid camp for a handful of suicide grunts. That would have been quite helpful. But hey, chopper skit for now will do the trick. Okay, speaking of, he's making a raid camp, so expect it soon. Actually working on the other power nodes. Doing a great job there. Scoot is just kind of chilling. He has a Forge Hog now. And really wants to get this base up. As far as Hatchy goes, this is just a grunt spam, isn't it, with Cloak? Scootman might be getting attacked here a little bit. He does have a watchtower coming up though, so I'm not too worried for him. The other problem is this though. There's plenty of grunts here and they'll definitely deny new supply pads from being made at minimum. You think skid choppers are strong? What about if they're supported by the Forge Hog defense aura? Suicide grunts going into Hellbringers. Not ever an ideal target because they're quite tanky against suicide grunt explosions, funnily enough. Some Marines that are super weak against them. Of course, he's more than happy to just take the base down and leave. He doesn't have to try to get clever and engage a Forge Hog that could potentially amble around him in a minute. Anyways, Scoot is tier 2. He's really trying to get that garage up and running. And once he does, he'll spam hogs, and that's going to be a difficult one for both of these blue team members to handle. Hatchy's going for a third extractor and also getting squad reserves. I mean, he has 1 million grunts, so that's going to be a high impact research for sure. And Daylon's just absolutely annihilating these grunts for now. Skit chopper is just such a good answer to them because these beams from the skits actually hit many of the squad members. So it's like 3x, 4x damage depending on the lineup. Skeets. Ay ay ay. Yeah, the skit just can't handle this. Maybe if there was a Hunter Capitano for Daylon coming out, but he's trying to go tier 2, so it's difficult to do everything at once. Lots of Marines here. Choppers are looping around to try and help. Decent ammo around in there, but it's the bombs that will really make the difference, especially with those rams tying down the Marines. Oh my god, they're all going down. That's insane. Very nicely done by Daylon for sure. Beautiful play. But meanwhile, the mass of grunts is destroying Scoot's base, so I think these guys might be going for an absolute turnaround on this. Even though Scoot now has a bunch of Warthogs. In short, together they can overwhelm Cars, but Cars is okay with losing this base. He's okay with just turreting up back home and trying to defend against this, while Hetchy is causing the real trouble here. Although there are double anti-infantry turrets already, so I don't think he realistically can create a lot of trouble. Daylon doesn't have as many defenses, of course, so that could be a little bit more troublesome. But there are going to be suicide runs to handle the situation. And don't forget this. Oh man, catching that Kodiak drop is huge. Great play by Scoot. Maybe there is hope here. Is that a spirit support? Yeah. Well, the engineer's already down. This whole drop is toast, honestly. 2-star hunter or not. Suicide grunts just absolutely wiping the regular grunts out. Oh my. That was short-lived. But Team Red is in serious trouble. I mean, the other team has expanded. They have everything. They have the middle minis. They have 5 power nodes to 0. I think they might have just won. Team Red is going to try to come back one more time. Maybe they can get some good drops going. Who knows? With Colony, everything's possible, but definitely working from behind at this point. Phelan will need all the resources for his big drop. It's very important to save these Reavers as well. Every little unit counts at this point. Good job at least there by Scoot. But he can't expand, not with this guy around. It's terribly easy to extract him too. And he cloaked. Alright, Cars is now looking for an attack. Let's see if he can pull it off. Easier said than done by a lot. What I really like about his army is that he's got some Cyclops in there. Very weird for a Forge to play like this, by the way. He is Forge. Yeah, he is. But he didn't go for the Forge Hog or anything like that. It's really interesting. I wonder if he'll go tier 3. Because what else would he do with all these resources, right? Yeah, Daylon's had enough. We're gonna go into game 4 soon. But this is game 4. Game 5. Game 5. We're probably going to go game 7 today. The prophecy has foretold it. Well done to blue team. Ladies and gents, welcome to game 5. Cars and cameras in the blue, Etchy in the teal. They're Art of Ruin. They're playing as Colony and Serena. An interesting pick duo for this map. Scoot is in the red. The generator first build, Daylon Ditto in the yellow. And they're going as Johnny and Atriox. Very interesting indeed. Now that's not a mirror matchup. We can finally enjoy ourselves. Dude, Scootman is definitely running on fumes here in terms of the economy. Generator first and then trying to immediately get the middle mini. That is a stretch. That is a stretch for sure. He doesn't have a lot of income either. Because he only sent one Marine here and the other one's in the garrison, so... with the other team picking up all the blue here, I just don't see how we can easily afford everything and still get heroes and units out. So this is very susceptible right now to some counter push, but with Hetchy being Hetchy, he's done an expansion base before the 5th slot building. That was an expansion 4th. You have never seen this before. Most certainly not on this map. What on earth is going on? Expansion 4th. If this works, I'm gonna do a bonus game even if it's game 7 after that. Even if it's after game 7, I mean. That's insane. There's no way that he can afford this, right? But apparently he can. He's just gonna double Rex with that. I don't know, man. He could have gotten a hero out with this. And actually pressured in the middle. Now, Kars is kind of alone, but Kars is a Giga Chad, so maybe it works out. Great knockdown on that sniper, and another one. I think they're gonna get the kill. Huge move with the choppers there. But now there's gonna be a chosen, and that's just not something you can very easily handle with some choppers. Kars has to back off for now, for sure. He's trying to swerve out of the way of the projectiles, but easier said than done, by far. The Chosen is just a difficult target to dodge. I mean, shot is difficult to dodge. Edgy captures. Nice power node here. I think he gets sentinel kills, no problem. And his new base is very much up and running. He will be able to afford a Euro as well. But Team Red has just so much more stuff because of this. Even though I did say that Scoot is running on fumes, right? Well, Hetchy is running on fumes more. Way more difficult to afford a base than the mini base in the middle. You think it's Raven? No, because these guys are upgraded. They have their cryo upgrade, so it's gonna be Raven third, if anything. I think second is just also very difficult to afford. Like, when you pump from 2 barracks, it's economically not feasible. But you could do it, it's just a different build, right? You don't go double barracks, but you just make extra pads, upgrade this thing. And then you do it. Then you do the double Raven pump early on. It could work, but high risk for sure. Hetchy is an entertainer. That's what we're all here for, right? The 4 snipers going back to deal with the choppers. I don't think that's how it works, guys. Oh boy. Hetchy not really able to do a lot with these cryo people. At least they're slowing down production a little bit, but this is an expensive, very expensive toy. Okay, Hetchy is now making an armory after a bit of a delay. Still can't afford, however, to actually make the hero. Big fight on the other side. Garst isn't gonna fall for these dirty tricks with mines and stuff. Once again looking for a counter-offensive, but there's 2 upgraded, not upgraded, but regular turrets. It's just, so much firepower, but he's getting in his Goliaths and they don't care as much. Unfortunately, he just used his heal, so he can't stick around very easily. Those choppers need to deal with these guys, but obviously Kars can't see where they are. I don't love that he came down here into the middle of nowhere to buy a base. But hey, he destroyed 2 buildings. It's gonna be good enough, right? Just imagine if the choppers had defended all those Goliaths. I think they could have taken down that generator again. Ice cream truck. Okay, where are Frost Ravens? He has money now. Even if he gets a 3rd gen, by the way, that's fine. Just get rid of that barracks, get a 3rd gen. Double pump Frost Ravens. It's gonna be great. Can Cars hold the base? He's got the choppers. It's no problem to turn around and go there. I think he wants to destroy Daylon's Expo. In case it's here, which it is. You do get double damage while stuff is building, so it's definitely worth targeting in that time. Ice cream truck coming to help. It will be needed because there's just 2 heroes here. It's tough to fight that much stuff. And of course it gets healed by Johnson's Beacon. The Chosen's now upgraded to Scorch Rounds as well. They will be well into tier 2. We'll need some engineers now. Huge opportunity to kill the snipers there. It doesn't matter if you lose the ice cream truck as long as you also get the snipers, but too late. That was a Marine. Wait, is that a sniper? That was a sniper, actually. Nearly a snipe. Nearly a snipe, but freaking Cyclops gets out of it. Cars, however, loses the base, and this is getting a little tough for him. Hunter Capitano, however, could be an absolute game changer. We'll see. There are snipers available still, so I'm not too fussed about the Hunter Capitano just yet. And there's gonna be an EMP mech blast as well on all this. A beam. They really tried to finish it, but teleport. Teleport saves the day. He's on tier 2 himself now. Still no Frost Ravens. He's just doing basic UNSC stuff. Getting Kodiaks now. He must have just hit tier 2 actually. Man, if Cars loses all his minis, he's tiny in that state. So Hedgie would have to feed him and somehow help him get to the next leader power. Get in that devastating host drop. With that, Cars can be big again. Right now, he just doesn't matter too much. He's kind of stuck at home turtling. It's not the place you want to be. Of course, if you get fed XP like that, then great. But that was just 2 units. No big deal. Wait with these brutes. At some point, Cars will leave. That's when you strike. Put them in the pocket in the back. Right? Like, instead of here, set them up here. Surely Cars won't check. I'm not sure if he saw it, actually. With that chopper on the high ground. Okay, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Daylon knows. Daylon knows. He's done this before. Scoot has a little bit of firepower finally. But there are 2 turrets. It's not the easiest thing to get this going. Of course, he's quite out of position. He won't have a teleport this time. And Daylon has a lot of brutes here. Dark Skies brutes, by the way. And although the shields are up, I'm not sure they'll last very long against this. The good news is, for Cars, that a lot of these guys aren't actually attacking right now, so you gotta be a little patient if you're trying to jump in. Like, half of them have to go here, half of them here. Make sure to make space, because yeah, just a lot of derping around here. Unfortunately, the shield should have been down, but half the army didn't attack, so easy to handle for Cars here. And he's tier 3 now. Getting another extractor. Probably gonna upgrade the Capitano. doesn't look like Scoot was able to do a lot, but he is definitely doing some damage, like getting rid of that watchtower. He got rid of a building already. Armory's back up, but I'm not sure how much it will do. There's 2 Kodiaks in the back, so they're definitely shelling this army pretty good. It hurts. Maybe the other brute attack will work. Like, as much as I criticized what was going on in Kars's base, it's okay, because they're cheap. You can do it again. But, hey, Kars is making his way back into this. He just destroyed that base that was trying to be snuck up. But, you know, this is a much bigger force this time. If Daylon does this correctly, if he has eradication to pair with it, just ask for a bit of money from Scoot. He has some power. You get that Erad and strip that shield off. That could go a very long way. And this time, he's splitting them up a bit. A little bit of targeting on all the different buildings, and you're good to go. Kars is heading home, of course. You should send the engineers through so that they can somewhat help out. But, of course, Hetchy just drops in his big drop. And the tank beats everything, as you well know. Good beam there between the tank and the Frost Raven. Both of them are down already. And then Kars's repair boys can just save the day. No building was lost, just the shields. And even that is gonna come back by itself. Yeah, Brute's gotta run. If this had been coordinated with Scoot, and let's say they hit Hetchy instead, that could have been better. I still insist that the brutes are very cheap and it's okay to do this, but maybe we're getting a little excessive here. So is Kars gonna pull off this scrap? Oh yes. It's absolutely happening. But it will take the full time. He might want to upgrade research speed or something. But right now he just has to chill under the base shield, right? Scoot isn't gonna get shattered. He's just frozen. It's okay. That said, he will leave. Doesn't want to mess with this. I mean, it's a freaking Capitano and an ice cream truck at the same time. Yeah, imagine if this force goes in and then you jump in the brutes. Like, how much better wouldn't that be? Scoot has him quite upgraded now. The laser pointers are there, so don't let your cats watch. Otherwise they'll help out Team Red. Kars's base is losing the shields. Can that scarab actually happen? I think we're gonna have a taunt. War Council is still working. Scoot is gonna do a quick restoration drone. And we've got the engineers over. Invulnerability as Scoot really wants that kill. Are we gonna get an eradication on this War Council perhaps? Looks like no. Kars is gonna get out that scarab without any issue whatsoever. He's pumping his skits as well to put on top. And then later he can just upgrade population and all that. This Capitano don't care. He's got a star on himself already. Okay, to be fair, there's a chosen now that will make things a lot more difficult. But they pick off the Johnny and then get out of here. Another taunt, why not? Seems good to me. Ultimate unit build, Kars, drop it. Drop it, Kars. Oh my god, the Capitano is getting out. He's under the shields. Definitely very soon. He'll have a second star, but we also have a superhero landing with skits. It's not over till it's over, you son of a bitch. Oh my god. Okay, Scoot is getting several generators. players getting stomped on, but the smoke is not helping the Scarab's case here. Getting quite low on health, much lower than he'd like to be. Daylon is disconnected. What? Why? Are they actually surrendering this? Oh my god. What just happened? A crash? I mean... best case scenario, I can offer a replay on that, but... it was looking very good for cars there, like he can take the base down. I don't know. What do I do here? I mean, Team Red was technically ahead, but they had a Scarab on their base. I think we can offer a replay. Let's see what the players think. I'm just gonna recruit them here for the decision making. Just looking at these stats. Technically, the combined resources are higher here for Team Blue. And, I mean, with Mantis, you're not really gonna kill. Yeah, we could make it to draw. I also think it's too early to know, like, yeah. Draw works for everybody. Okay, we'll do that. That was way too difficult to make a rule for, so I'm just gonna do it together. Yeah, so both of them get a win, and we're gonna have to go into our decider. There's not gonna be a 7th game. You guys are getting a bonus match. Oh. Ladies and gents, welcome. This is now game 6. We ruled that the previous game is going to be a draw, so the score is now 3-3. With both players getting a point. This is the last. This is a fake game 7, really. Carson Cameras is in the blue, and we've got Hetchy in the teal. They're playing as Isobel and Decimus, and we've got some early game aggression from the grunts. Hetchy actually just pulled all his starting units into this and then made some new grunts to pick up resources with. That's gonna make Scoot retreat home. Here he is in the red, and Daylon's in the yellow. That's an Isobel and Shipmaster pairing. Jackrabbit doing a little bit of pressure on those grunts. Now, of course, Ash is... you could say it's a bit of a macro map, but it's nowhere near as defensive as, let's say, Rift is. You've still got 1 mini base each, so you're not gonna have as solid of scout production. You have to get a forward base much sooner, and it's a very exposed forward base here in the middle. So you probably want to get this one on the side and that one, but then production is distant. It's very well defended though, so that's nice. A little bit of pressure on the side here. The Marine is probably going to go down as the Jackrabbit's coming over too. But it's gathering at least a little bit of that power. At least half. Still good outcome overall for Hetchy there. He's going to just absolutely party. First power node belongs to Team Red. Looks like they'll have 2 very soon. Team Blue hasn't even started on the job, and Scoot's already on 2 generators, upgrading a second one. Dalen's trying to get out his hero. I think it's coming, yeah. Shippy Mac ship phase is coming out. Carson Camera is upgrading the 2nd gen, and Hetchy has his 2nd gen, but it's very far from upgrading. That's why it's so important to get those early power nodes, because it will reward like both players. No. If you get a draw, then both teams get a point. So it's like one game gets deleted because of that. But the players wanted to draw because obviously Hetchy did an absolutely insane strategy of expansion 4 in that game, right? You can't do that in a normal situation. Like, if you do it once, in the next game, people just check, and if they spot it, you get absolutely screwed. So he took a massive gamble there, and he nearly paid the price. But that veteran hunter captain at the end and the scarab, obviously, which we're gonna also self-heal, chilling on ice, that really looked like some high potential business. So they weren't sure they could beat it either. Otherwise, they'd have argued. You know, the players always argue with me if they disagree. There was no arguing this time. Scootman's going to you too. Honor guard gonna try to chase down all that infantry. Maybe we'll have a little back and forth teleportation or something. Of course, these guys kind of cloaks, so they're kind of stuck here. Short of wasting the honor guard's time. But they're gonna try to attack together. There are 3 snipers in here, and Daylon knows he needs to respect that. Hey, the power node's getting taken over by Team Red. Pretty good. They're really controlling them right now. A little bit of healing coming on Daylon's base, but I'm not sure it's enough. That extractor is absolutely getting the business right now. But with the beam, it might be possible to save it. Those hogs are absolutely going nuts as well. There's another heal. Daylon has extraction as well after all, and that brings home the honor guard. Takes care of the sniper. But they're now beaming the extractor? Are you kidding me? Is that even gonna work? Oh my god, it is. Just barely. Man, that's gonna be so triggering. Like, Daylon doesn't have a lot of money right now. A second generator is gonna be expensive. But good news, they've got the power node. So maybe right now he doesn't need it. He can just do it a bit later. But I think he's just gonna buy it anyhow. It's not a bad idea too. Especially if they can control the power nodes, it's no big deal. Team Blue sacrificed a lot to take down that generator, so you're not going to complain too much about this. Well, there's no one here to help. No sniper, no nothing. At the very least, Daylon might be able to deny that armory, but maybe not. A lot of hogs here. But with the engineer, maybe the other ones will win. And also you got the brute stunts in play, but that didn't work. 2 engineers now. Will this be enough? Yeah, it's enough for Scoot to leave. It's enough for him to leave because, look, if you add hunters to this now, once Hetchy can, which he could now, there's no way you push this back. There's no way Scoot could have destroyed the base or anything like that, but there's a bit of an attack on Karsh's base here. Spirit support is in, and that's now peppering the base pretty good. He's gonna come in and support it with his own hogs, and Hetchy needs to do the same. Otherwise, this is gonna be a huge problem indeed. Newt Karsh is about to lose that base, and Team Red is just gonna be ahead, I'd say. They could just go back to the other side and attack Hetchy's base after this. There's no stopping this army. Scoot has a really solid base here. He's got a Spartan up and running. Hijack needs to be researched, but maybe he doesn't need it. Does he have mines? No, he has heal. He can't have mines. Maybe he'll have Mach Blast, but the two heroes together should be able to handle the hogs, especially with the support of anti-vehicle turrets. So Team Red just holds the power nodes for now. And all they gotta do is attack together at that base. A colorful scoreboard, yeah. It's a freaking Christmas tree. All those hunters are about to be really caught by the grunts. They're terrible against them, actually, and then the hogs can come in after. Yeah, Scooch is waiting it out, waiting for his opportunity. The glassing beam was ready for someone. I wasn't sure what player it was, but if it's Hetchy, this could be big. Catching those grunts while they're weak. Don't think you'd want to do it on the hogs, because they'll just split out and leave. Hetchy's about to lose his base now. Cars is way out of position. And we missed the beam, but it only is gonna get like 3 hogs or something. Not that big of a deal. Oh, it's not even gonna do that. Well, this Hetchy base is toast, guys. There's no healing, no nothing coming through. Spirit support is here as well in case cars turned around or something. Okay, I guess the shield generator is gonna get denied, but our boy just teleports home and it's all good. Cars has to run away now. Although Daylon isn't gonna get an expansion very easily. Scoot is just absolutely bonkers. 3 bases? Why? Just give this to Daylon, man. You greedy. You greedy man. To be fair, Scoot as a father, he needs the extra income, but that's just... Man's gonna eat. Maybe a bit too early to attack the main. There are anti-vehicle turrets here, and there's probably gonna be 2 if Cars really wants it. I'll play a little bit more with that outer base, and you know, Daylon will come over anyhow. Oh boy, cars and cameras, his base is dead. The Scoot and Daylon combo is really strong, actually. They have good synergy between each other. I just wish Halo Wars 2 had a reconnect feature, then we would all be able to get over that previous game. Well, we would have to get over it in the first place. It would just continue. If I was a billionaire, I'd definitely spend 10% to make it happen. Just meaningless numbers versus actual fun. Easy choice. Oh, just like that Mach Blast, that was really good. But it's not enough, is it? There's too much stuff going on here. Decimus getting dropped in and cleaving into the ground at least a little bit, but I'm afraid Cars is desperately healing his base at this point. Hoping for something good to happen, but I don't think it will. That would have probably helped Decimus more than the base, now that I think about it. Oh no. Oh no. That's it, guys. Karska doubled. He's a strong man, but not that strong. Skill issue has been detected. Not really. Not even in the slightest. But Scootman and Daylon are gonna be victorious here. GG's and congratulations, thanks to Kars and Hedgie as well for being a good sport. We want to thank our website patrons. This is by far the best way to support MetaPlays. Your contribution helps keep the project sustainable and allows us to produce more and better content. If you aren't yet a patron, check out our link in the description and get in touch to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.